Welcome, everybody, to Thursday night's short form improv comedy show, Comedy One Shots. We are Chaotic Good Improv, and we're going to be improvising for you tonight. What does that mean, Chris? Well, I'm about to tell you, audience. What that means is that everything you see here tonight is going to be completely made up on the spot, the top of our heads, hopefully at the top of our intelligence. We'll be making up everything. We're going to be needing suggestions from you guys to sort of give us an idea of what the scene should be about or could be about, and then we're just going to go from there. But we do have a list of games, short form games that we'll be doing tonight. So before any of these games are an introduction, one of us will ask you guys for a suggestion of a place or a person or a thing, any noun really, and or non-noun. I guess it doesn't really matter. And just feel free to type those into the chat, whether you're watching us on Twitch or Facebook or YouTube Live, wherever you guys are watching us. Feel free to type it into the chat. Chad, our tech wizard, will be monitoring the chats for us, and he'll let us know what those suggestions are. Let me introduce our cast tonight. We've got a great cast for you guys. As I said, my name is Chris. We've also got, yeah, I'm always like, yeah, it's me. We've got Melanie.
And we got Melody.
We've got Katie.
Hey, Katie.
And we've got Gabe. We've got a fantastic quartet of improvisers here for you guys tonight to hopefully fill your heart cockles with some mirth and some giggles, if you will. And I've mentioned him already, and I'm going to turn it over to him, the man who makes all of this technological magic happen. I don't even understand computers, let alone how to make one stream something from one place to the other. So I'm going to turn it over to our guy Chad, for any announcements that we may have pre-show.
Thanks, Chris. I felt that in my ventricles, my chambers, and my cock rolls.
Your cock rolls?
Yeah.
What's a cock roll?
That didn't pan out the way you thought it would, Chad.
That sounds like a really bad dessert. Hey, can I have some more of those cock rolls? They are just delicious.
I have ordered some, don't ask. Anyway, welcome everyone to Chaotic Good Improv. We are off the rails already. This is great. Yeah, so basically, as Chris said, we're so happy you're here tonight. We love bringing this improv for you. We love hearing your suggestions and seeing all of you interact. Go ahead and chat away in the chat. I will be interacting as Chaotic Good Improv tonight, and more on that later. But first of all, I do want to give a quick shout out to Bob Ogden for the most recent subscription that we've had on the channel, as well as I'm Needy OK, who is our recent bit sharer. These folks have decided to support our enterprise by giving us a little bit of spare change to help keep the gears turning on this whole endeavor we're doing, and we really do appreciate that. If you'd like to count yourself among those ranks and see yourself in our little supporting cast section down there at the bottom of the screen, why don't you head on over to Chaotic Good Improv on Twitch. That's twitch.tv/Chaotic Good Improv, and support us there through bit shares and subscriptions. We do appreciate each and every person that does so. And if you don't have the money to do that right now, that is totally okay. Hey, believe me, we get it. But what you could do is follow us on Twitch as well, and on all of our social medias, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter, where you might see some interesting facts about us tomorrow. Spoiler. Follow us on all the social medias. That lets you know whenever we go live and brings more funny to you. Comedy Girly, thank you so much for the 100-bit chat. See, already, it's happening. But yeah, we do appreciate everybody who follows us, everybody who donates or what have you. And most of all, we appreciate the fact that you are spending your Thursday night with us and letting us make you laugh. Now, if another thing that we also offer is, in addition to laughs, is something tangible as well. We do have shirts, we have hoodies, we have mugs. See, I have a mug right here. And I believe, Gabe has a mug too. It's just not one of ours. But Melanie does have a mug. And it is also one of ours as well. And look, we are like mug twins. It is amazing. Our handles even point the same way. That's pretty cool. If you'd like to get you one of those and make a fashion statement with your drinkware and your wearwear, go to chaoticgoodimprov.com. Check out our store. We have a whole bunch of merch that is just waiting for you to take it home. Let's see, what else are we going to do? Okay, as I said earlier, I will be interacting with you in the chat as Chaotic Good Improv, saying funny, weird things, and, just what have you. But one thing that I will be doing is monitoring the chat for any suggestions for the name of this show. This show is completely made up on the spot. We don't have anything, written out or anything that we're going to do. Nothing scripted, but we do like to archive our shows once they're done, and we have given birth to this thing, and we put it in our archives on YouTube and on Twitch, and we like to give it a name in the process. So this is where you come in. If you hear our actors say anything uproariously funny tonight, or if you see a common theme that you think is funny and would make a good title for the show, please let me know your suggestions for the title of this episode. You can put it in the chat. Typically, folks like to put quotes around it, so I know that they're talking about an episode title. But yeah, just let me know. Chaotic and Improv in the chat. Hey, here's the show title. We'll put them all in a big old list, and we'll deliberate at the end which one we like best. Winner gets kudos, salutations, and fame. Well, mostly just the first two things. But anyway, thank you so much for being with us tonight. Be sure to get loud live and funny in the chat along with us. We really do appreciate that. And speaking of funny, let's turn it back over to Chris to introduce the first funny of the evening. Chris?
The first funny of the evening. All right. Thank you, Chad. So our very first game, as always, the game we like to start most of our shows off with, it's a game of change. This will be for Katie and Gabe. I'm just trying to change my background here without turning off my camera.
Like I did.
Yeah. Well, I do the same thing. Don't feel bad. I mean, I've gone full lumberjack here today, apparently. So, I could just be in the woods, in the darkness. So what I need, I'm not even talking about the show. What I need is a suggestion from the audience would be, I would like just a place, any location, anything that could be considered a setting or some place that the scene could take place. It could be, I almost said a changing room. That would be weird. But it could be like a clothing store or a library or a garbage dump, whatever. Doesn't matter. Feel free to type those into the chat, and Chad will select one of them for us to use. The way this game is going to go is Katie and Gabe will be improvising a scene based around the suggestion that is given to them. But at any point in time, I can say change. And when I do say change, whoever just spoke will have to change what they just said to something completely different, and then have to justify why the new thing they've said is part of the scene. Sounds good. I like it. I did a good job. Good job, Chris. That was a good intro. All right. I mean, you've never done this before, so you should practice more. Chad, do we have a suggestion of a location for this scene?
I agree. That was actually really good. Here's something cool. Popcorn shop. That sounds fun.
A popcorn shop. This scene has something to do with a popcorn shop. This is Change with Gabe and Katie in 3, 2, and 1.
So I'm looking for something along the lines of caramel, maybe some cheddar. I wouldn't turn my nose up at like some garlic.
Well, I think that you're gonna find we have everything you could possibly want here.
Yeah, no, I noticed it's massive. This is basically someone took a Costco and just popcorn. So finding one of those 3 specific things I'm looking for is proven to be kind of hard.
Well, the thing is, you really should download our app, the Popcorn Tracker app. It'll really help you find where you need to go.
Yeah. I've noticed a lot of stores have apps now.
Change.
I can do that. I was planning on using this popcorn as an appetizer anyways, so I think that works for me.
That is brilliant, sir. I've never heard anyone say anything quite as intelligent as you said just then.
You're too kind.
Change.
You are perceptive.
Change.
I am smart.
That's when I saw you walk in the door, I thought, that guy, I gotta say, you know what? We don't usually get customers of your intellectual caliber.
Change.
I gotta say, you've really made my day.
Change.
Yeah. The thing is, this whole shop is a scam, and I feel like you're gonna catch on.
I don't know if I would have, but I appreciate the heads up.
Well, it's your exceptional intelligence. When you reach into the popcorn, it's a hologram.
I would have noticed. It's pretty. You just reach right through. That's
Change.
Not going to work. I noticed when I open up the tin, it's like someone's trying to pass off a briefcase of about $100 for about $5 million. It's just
Change.
the top of it is popcorn, but underneath it's just packing peanuts.
Yeah. Yeah.
I feel like I could safely ship something in here, but I don't think that's not going to do it for me. I was hoping to watch Inception and Braveheart, and together that's like 7.5 hours.
Well, the thing is, I'm just going through a rough time, and I ran out of money for popcorn.
Change.
Well, the thing is, I just thought packing peanuts are, they're different. Everyone thinks movies and popcorn, but movies and packing peanuts,
No, I see where you're coming from. I just think maybe you should cut down the amount of popcorn, combine the popcorn, take the packing peanuts, put them in some bags. You sell beanbag chairs and popcorn. You have the full moviegoer experience right there. I don't see the reason for the con. It just seems lazy.
You're right. You know what? But I actually did a whole lot more work than you think, because these were bean bags and popcorn containers, and I mixed them all up, which was a lot of work, but maybe stupid now that I think of it.
You know what, Trish, God, you're making a lot of sense right now, but at the same time, I'm so confused.
And seed. Oh, I picture this woman going, I got to open a store. All I got is popcorn kernels and beanbag chairs. Ooh, mix them together.
That's it. I can go ahead and introduce this next game.
Okay.
Or if I can figure out how to change my background. There we go. All right, so this next game is a game called Pillars. This is going to feature all of our cast, but primarily Chris and Gabe. So Chris and Gabe are going to be doing a scene for us. What I need from you guys in the audience is a non-geographic location, which I think is what Chris just got for that last scene, but it's cool. Give us another one. And for this game, this is a game called Pillars. Melanie, if you want to be Gabe's pillar, and I will be Chris's pillar. And at any point during this scene, when Chris or Gabe decide they don't know what they're going to say next, they will raise their hands, and their pillars will give them a word. That word has to be the next word out of the actor's mouth, and they will have to justify why that makes sense. So, Chad, do we have any suggestions for this scene?
The Last Blockbuster.
The Last Blockbuster. All right, so this is Pillars with Chris and Gabe, The Last Blockbuster, in 3, 2, and 1.
Oh man, I just opened up the last box we had in the back. It was a weird mixture of VHS tapes and packing peanuts. I don't know who put that together.
Yeah, no, I think that was Devin. He's kind of an idiot.
He just got good picks though. Devin's picks are the best.
Great movies.
Yeah, he had a full week worth of films in 5 tapes. I mean, it had like Inception and Braveheart and the Rat Stuff and the extended versions of the Lord of the Rings. I mean, you could be there for 20 hours in just one sitting.
So I mean, we got to do something about it. We can't keep giving customers a half-hearted attempt at a box.
Yeah.
I don't even think VHSs need packing peanuts. They're pretty durable.
Yeah.
They're that classic tech that'll never go out of style.
Well, I mean, that's the reason we're the last Blockbuster, is because all the people that live around here, all they got is VHS recorders. And so we're the only place with the VHS tapes. I mean, I tried to sell catalogs to all our movies, but, I don't think people read anymore.
People don't want to be reading. There's better things you could do. Like, for instance, last week, my wife decided she wanted to
Wales.
She wanted to go to Wales, and she wanted to be Wales in Wales.
Wow,
she wanted the full Wales experience.
That's like Inception, literally Inception, Wales in Wales.
Yeah. I told her we were too broke, and that I didn't know the incantation for turning us into whales. So it was kind of a, write out altogether, but
Man,
I tried.
You're talking about incantations and stuff. That sounds like some of that black magic wizardry. You know, we don't like none of that in these parts. You know, we are very conservative. We prefer our magic to be more like glitter. You know, like, ooh, a spell, you know, and then you just get back to normal and you spend an hour and a half cleaning up the glitter.
Yeah, maybe after work I'll go buy her some whales. And you knock off goldfish, and I'll just put some glitter on there, and maybe that'll be enough for her.
Man, that's how I go about it. Just the bare minimum, you know, just enough. Kind of just like it's more like a tissue paper facade that I put in front of my life in reality. You know, if you were to tear behind that tissue paper, you'd see a maelstrom. You know, my life is like a sneaker. You know, it fits real good when you first put it on, but you start walking around, it hurts like hell. And then by the time you get comfortable, it stinks.
Steven, I think you're being a little rough. I wouldn't say your life stinks. It's just a little...
Post it.
You know, you're always on your phone. No matter what you're doing, you're telling everybody about it, and no one cares.
Well, we need to do something. We're the very last, the ultimate blockbuster. The penultimate one already closed. We are the ultimate blockbuster. Yeah. And if I don't post this stuff, how are we going to get customers in here? I mean, they're more likely to go to kittens. The store that sells the kittens. The lots of them. I mean, what's more fun? A kitten is like what, 20 years? A VHS tape is 2 hours.
Yeah, I think you have a very unique sense of business in your mind, Steven. I don't think I would consider kittens a direct competitor for us. That's the thing about you, man. You're always seeing competition where it isn't. For instance, the other day, you were so mad at the fridge because you thought you were competing to be the best.
Van Gogh
with that fridge. You know, it's one of its handles popped off. And you had just gotten you were this close to cutting off your ear, buddy.
Well, yeah,
I'd hold you back.
That, and I mean, I haven't cleaned the inside of that thing in a while, and it's pretty impressionist inside there. You know, like,
scene. Oh my goodness.
That got weird.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
No, it was what it was.
I was having fun
impressionist.
Yes. I'm going to pretend like I know what impressionists are or what that style is all about because I want to look intelligent because I'm going to be introducing the next scene, which is Switch. So, folks, this is the part of the show where I'm going to need a whole heck of a lot of suggestions. To get your brains going, think about a few of the following, or none if these don't appeal to you. But think about an object of some measurable value. Think about a really boring topic to have a debate about, a really boring, mundane topic. Also, think about perhaps a relationship between two people. You can do any of those or none of those. Also, think about a weird place that you would get lost in. Any of those, none of those, whatever. Just start throwing suggestions into there and keep tossing them in because we got a lot of scenes to do. As you can see, over to your right, we have 4 actors. Coincidentally, we have 4 actors in tonight's show. These are unrelated. But they are all going to be paired off together in different scenes. Melanie and Katie will be a pair of actors in a scene. Katie and Chris will be a pair of Chris and Gabe and Melanie. Each one of them are going to have a different scene to perform based on the suggestions that you put into the chat.
I get 2 Gabes. Yes! Gabe and Melanie.
Ah, yeah, that's the thing. Gabe and Melanie, yeah. We just can't get enough of Gabe. So we're going to assign each of these pairs of actors a different scene based on the suggestions, and at any time I can call out the name of the suggestion for the scene and switch between the scenes. It's kind of like I have a remote control and I can just flip through the channels at will. All right, let's see if... oh, wow, that's a lot of suggestions, guys.
That's good.
All right, so let's see. For our first suggestion, and this will be between Melanie and Katie, we have a wooden statue.
A wooden statue?
Yes.
Okay.
It is a statue made of wooden. Let's see. For Katie and Chris, we have Nobel Peace Prize. All right. I'm pretty sure you pronounce it Nobel. For Gabe and Chris, we have smoking in a gas station.
Mm.
All right. And for Gabe and Melanie, just the one Gabe, we have... Sorry, I'm kind of lost my place here. We have tires. Just tires. All right. So let's go back and review those again. Melanie and Katie, your suggestion is
Wooden
statue.
Katie and Chris.
Nobel Peace Prize.
Okay, Chris and Gabe.
Smoking in a gas station.
Gabe and Melanie.
Tires.
All right. I want to see a wooden statue, so we'll start off with that scene. This is Switch in 3, 2, and 1.
I think this is exactly where it needs to go. He was the greatest basketball coach in history, and his statue should be right in the middle of the basketball court.
Well, you know what? I don't disagree with you, but the players have been having some issues.
It's John Wooden. They can play around him. What's the problem?
Well, I think it's that they've been tripping a little bit. You know, Cheryl, I've been meaning to tell you, you have some great ideas around here. But sometimes maybe your ideas are a little too much, you know, too much greatness.
I have to tell you, I have been accused of being too great several times in my career. I love this sport, and I love my team, and you're a good general manager, and I think it's just impressive as hell that the two of us are running this team. But I love John Wooden. He's why I got into this sport, and this statue has taken us years to develop, and I think we're the only basketball court in the nation that has a statue right in the center of the court.
Right.
It's good TV.
Yeah, Cheryl, we've been fined $100,000 so far because of that damn statue in the middle of the court.
Nobel Peace Prize.
Hello.
Hi.
I'm so thankful for getting your letter about the Peace Prize that I'm winning.
Oh, yes. Well, we were very impressed with your application.
Yes, I was under the impression I was the only person who nominated themselves.
That is correct. And we thought, you know, surely no one would want to fight with the only person who self-nominated for this award.
That's so good. I just, just sitting at home on my couch watching the televisions, and there was an advertisement in the back of the magazine says, hey, you too can win the Nobel Peace Prize. I thought it was weird that peace was spelled P-E-E-S, but I tried to do it anyway, and here I am. I'm here to get my Nobel Peace Prize.
Yes. Well, the thing is, we're going to need you to sign some waivers first.
Okay, so you're waving. So like when I get on my parade of peas, I sign the waiver, say, hello everyone, it's me, Klaus, I've won the peas.
Yes, that's exactly it. That's what we would love for you to do. Just make sure you smile and look right at the camera when you do that.
Now, I will tell you, according to the small writings that you have at the bottom, instead of cash prizes, it's just lifetime supply of frozen peas. Now, I've got a very small freezer. Mm-hmm. So I'm wondering, are all of these going to come at one time, or can I get them like a little bit here, a little bit there, things?
Well, I think that's really kind of, I'm willing to be flexible on that. You know, if it would make our Nobel Peace Prize winner happy to receive the peas a few at a time, by all means.
Smoking at a gas station.
Jack came in again today, got the same thing as always.
Jack coming in here and he's buying us out of Slim Jims. I can't keep those things on the shelf no more,
Yeah. No, I'm thinking maybe we should talk to him about it.
I don't want to... He always borrows the key to our restroom after eating those Slim Jims, and if the smell of the facilities is anything like how his breath's gonna be, I'd prefer to just call or text him. You know what I'm saying?
It's absolutely true. It's just that I got a call from his mom. She's worried about him. She thinks that he's letting himself go a little bit. I tend to agree with her.
Yeah, I saw him walking in here. He's starting to get the Slim Jim 50. That little ring around your belly. It looks like you're smuggling 50 Slim Jims. But it's really your body just eating itself alive.
I feel like there's not much we can do about it. It's just goods and services. I can't refuse to sell him something. But at the same time, it's like this guy it's like he's an oil lamp. He's just oozing. He's oozing.
I was thinking maybe we could break him of a Slim Jim habit. Maybe we can turn him on to paydays or whatchamacallits or something. At least he'll get a nut or some rice or something in there and a little bit of protein outside of just whatever the hell they make those Slim Jims out of.
Yeah, maybe after that we could get to Cliff Boys.
Tires.
Come one, come all, get your tires here.
Oh, hey, I found this coupon that was in the Sunday newspaper, and well, I got a beautiful Corolla there, but it's got some bad tires on there. I'm hoping you can help me out.
Yes, that's like having a horse that has no feet. That's something
Right.
you don't want. It's just terrible, terrible. Let me tell you, you look like a lady that knows your tires. I want to get you in some broad tires today. Some big, thick, large treads, maybe a little bit of white rim around it, that old classic style.
Ooh, that sounds lovely. Now, your coupon says that if I buy one, I get 3 free. And I thought that might have been a mistake, but I read it several times. So I'm here to buy 1 tire, but get the other 3. Is that?
I'm afraid you have it right, but wrong. You buy 1 full set of tires, we give you another 12 tires. So you buy 4, we give you 12.
Wow, that's a really good deal, but that's not what my ad says. And I really would like to get those white, the ones that you said, the white, kind of like a French manicure is what I'm picturing. Yes.
Yeah, well, I think it's semantics. You buy 1, you get 4. It just depends what the 1 is, whether that 1 is 1 or the 1 is 4. You see what I mean?
Nobel Peace Prize.
Well, go ahead. I did not mean to interrupt you.
No, I'm so sorry. It's just I have heard your complaint about the frequency of the peace shipments.
Yes, it's just they will not stop coming. You said a few here and there, but it's like all hours of the day. All types of peas. Snow peas, snap peas, frozen peas, raw peas, pea seeds. I've been peeing peas.
Well, sir, the thing is, I said it was a lifetime supply, and I assume that you are alive at all times. So I am making sure you get your supply for life.
Well, now you just seem to be making fun of my intelligence. Of course I'm alive at all times, otherwise I'll be dead. Now, I'm beginning to have a little bit of panic attacks, okay? Because there's a lot of peas. So many. And, it doesn't seem like a prize at all. It seems like this is some sort of punishment I had for filling out a little, thing at the back of the magazines.
That's honestly how I feel about this entire job, sir. But Klaus, don't worry, because we have a support group for people like you.
This seems also very mean and cruel. You give people lifetime supplies of peas just so you can put them in support groups. It kind of seems like this vicious cycle can end if you just stop selling me all of these damn peas.
Wooden
Well,
statue.
So I hope you're happy. I hope you're happy.
Well, to be honest, Cheryl, I am glad that we have finally paid off those fines.
Yeah, I'm glad we paid off the fines too. I have to tell you, my husband was not willing to share the bed with John Wooden, so he has left.
Cheryl. My, Cheryl.
And my mattress is ruined.
Well,
John Wooden is heavy.
Well, here's the thing, Cheryl, I've been meaning to tell you about this too. The weight of your greatness is just a lot for the team.
But still the mattress is like this, because my greatness is not as heavy as John Wooden.
Right. Well, that's why. Well, we're replacing you for John Wooden's grandson.
Smoking at a gas station.
You know, I tried one of those Slim Jims after shift last time. I understand the allure. They're frickin' delicious.
I don't buy it.
You should have seen me. I devour those things. You know, I just opened one. I snapped into it, per the commercial. And I was just snapping Slim Jims all night long. I'm kind of freaked out. I actually put the cigarettes away. I lit up a Slim Jim.
You're letting me down, Jimmy. You're letting me down.
It's like it's a gateway snack, I'm really worried about what's going to be happening. I just had the Slim Jim. Next thing you know, I'm going to be free basing frozen burritos or something.
I can't even look at you. I can't.
Tires.
First, I think you've made a wonderful decision. I can't believe it. I have never had someone come in and buy 3 full sets of tires. We're giving you 36 tires today for free, ma'am.
I'm so excited, and I'm getting all of that, and I've what is it, like $1,200? That is a steal. That is a steal.
Some might call it that.
I can use the extra money to buy the cars for all of those other tires.
You can, or you can just keep the tires. You could think of how many football teams you could train with that little step workout. How long could you make that step workout? You could go across the entire football field.
I think I can do that.
You gotta make sure you keep those knees up high.
I think my friend is the grandson of John Wooden, and I think that he knows how to do those jumpity jumps, and I've found a way to get rid of those tires.
That seems like a you problem.
Scene.
Oh, the steppity steps. That's just, hey boys, get around. You guys are out of shape.
Steppity steps.
You guys need to be doing some extra steppity steps, if you know what I'm saying. Oh, man. That was good stuff. Good stuff. All right, this next game is for Katie and Melanie. And what I'm going to need from the audience, I'm just going to need anything. Just type in suggestions. Doesn't matter what it is. It could be a dilemma. It can be a feeling, a mood. It can be your favorite pizza topping. It doesn't matter what it is. I'm going to select 2 of them. And Katie and Melanie are going to do a scene, trying to work in somehow both of those suggestions. There's no gimmicks. There's no game. It's just Katie and Melanie improvising a scene, somehow incorporating somewhere along the line these 2 suggestions, and seeing if how that scene is going to be shaped based on sometimes the oddities of these suggestions are the funnest part of it. But Chad, do we have 2 random suggestions that Katie and Melanie will use to improvise the scene with?
They're trickling in very, very slowly, but I'm still thinking of the steppity steps myself.
The steppity steps, yeah. If we need to, if they're coming in real slow, we can always, I'm sure we've got plenty of previous suggestions. Also, speaking of trickling, no, I'm just kidding. I was going to make a pee joke, but never mind. I censored myself, which is probably a good thing, even though I just said what the joke would have been about. So it's kind of a half censor, if you will.
Okay.
Leave them wanting more.
I don't think anyone wants more of my pee jokes. I'll be honest with you there. I'm pretty sure we're done.
I could use more. But anyway, let's go with Pancakes.
Pancakes.
And Galactic Empire.
Pancakes and Galactic Empire. All right, so this is 2 suggestions with Katie and Melanie. Their suggestions are Pancakes and Galactic Empire. There's 2 suggestions in 3, 2, and 1.
Thank you for meeting me here.
It's dangerous.
Well, we knew it would be.
We need to find a way to get back our goods. The good goods.
Yes, I know. You can't speak too loudly. Listen, I've been meaning to tell you that I have successfully infiltrated the enemy camp.
Have you seen them eating?
Oh, they have devoured half of our pancake stash.
Those are big pancakes. They're not even the silver dollar ones.
Well, I think I know how to get them back.
Go on.
Well, since I'm their friend now, I'll just tell them that I am very hungry. Then, I will stuff the pancakes into my shirt and sashay my way out, back here.
Yes. Or I can go in as a hologram, as if I have some sort of message for them from the great beyond,
Oh.
and then I can eat the pancakes, but I'm a hologram,
I see.
right?
Some intergalactic trickery. Except I would
Yes,
just like
yes.
to go back to your lack of acknowledgement of my beautiful form. Because I was a little offended by that, Pam.
Your beautiful form?
Whoa! There you go again! Pam! I will never, ever help you get the pancakes if this is how you treat me.
No. We need to stop this right now. This is why they used to say women can't be in charge of the great beyond, because we're going to argue and have our periods and our bad moods. We can't let them win. This can't be about moodiness and pancakes and PMSing. We are better than that, or we are not going to run the universe. Stop crying!
I'm crying until you told me that I didn't have a beautiful form.
You have a fine form. I'm just saying I should be the one to eat the pancakes, is all I'm saying.
Oh, yes, because you're already fat. That's brilliant.
You know what? Maybe they were right. Maybe there can't be two women in charge. Maybe it just has to be one woman in charge. And
Well,
that
yes.
one is going to be the hologram that's going to eat the pancakes.
Except you have forgotten, dear Pam, that I have already infiltrated the enemy camp. They think of me as their leader, and half the people here think of me as their leader also. So, looks like, Pam, you and your hologram will have to find some other corner of the galaxy.
Listen, Wendy, you are not going to win this. Do you know who my father is? That's not a rhetorical question.
And scene. I just love this whole concept of a hologram eating pancakes. That I think is fantastic. And just the futuristic heroes, Wendy and Pam. I think that's
I love
just
the idea of a hologram from the great beyond. It's like
Yeah.
I was really
It's a ghost.
confused. I was really confused and concerned about where my eternal soul would rest, but then got the hologram from the great beyond.
Have you not seen Soul? I feel like that takes care of the great beyond.
Yes, thank you.
Eating the
Thank you.
pancakes.
That's pretty fair.
Thank you.
All I know
And they eat and it goes right out.
All I know is after Disney bought Star Wars, The Office, and Pixar, all the mashups and everything just started getting weird. Anyway, so what we're going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and get started on the next game, which means that I'm going to mute everyone to where only the audience can see, or actually just hear me. They can still see everyone, but they can just hear me. So everybody say bye, audience. All right, give me 1 second here, and boom. Okay, cool. Now, audience, I'm the only person that you can hear, and I can't hear them, they can't hear me, all that sort of rot. What we're going to do is we're going to have a chaotic Zoom meeting. And what that means is I'm going to secretly assign each of our actors, and this is for all of our actors, I'm going to assign all of our actors a whole bunch of organizations or places to work for. So that's what I'm going to need from you. Organizations, clubs, places to work for, places that would have a meeting on Zoom, as so many of us are doing these days. Go ahead and just light up the chat. I'm going to secretly assign each person, each actor, one of their jobs or organizations. I'll get it straight in a minute. And they will act in that role. The thing is, none of the other actors are going to know which each actor is working for. It's fun for the whole family, and it's confusing. Also, I'm going to pick a topic of discussion that we mentioned earlier in the chat. And that topic will be, let's see here. Oh yeah, the Cuban Missile Crisis. So, we're going to have a chaotic Zoom meeting about each of these people resolving the Cuban Missile Crisis. So, let's see here. Chess Club. I can see Chris being part of the chess club, so I'm going to do that real quick. Let me go ahead and secretly message Chris that. Cool. Let's see here. The Golden Globes board. I do like that. I'm going to give that one to Melanie. Alright, I'm pretty sure it's a Hollywood Foreign Press, but whatever. Someone who works in a chemistry lab. Oh, I do like that. So let's see, chemistry lab. I would just say like a... yeah, I'm going to assign that to Katie, I think. Alright, and let's see here. And Gabe will get the My Little Pony fan club. Okay, and again, they're going to try to resolve the Cuban Missile Crisis. Oh boy. This will be fun. Alright, so, I'm going to go ahead and start unmuting everyone. Okay. Alright guys, so we're going to go ahead and start to pitch you back in. I'm going to turn back your audio in 3, 2, and 1. Alright folks, does everyone have their assignments?
Yes.
Okay, you guys are all going to be working on a problem together in this chaotic Zoom meeting. Your issue will be the Cuban Missile Crisis. This is a chaotic Zoom meeting, which I will now call to order in 3, 2, and 1.
Well, thank you, everyone, for joining me to come on, possibly solve this conundrum that we're all dealing with.
Yeah, I appreciate you all coming to discuss this. This is a global problem, and we are a global institution, even though we've been criticized for not looking like we reflect a global institution because we're all white. But Cuba is going to be a bit of a challenge for us. We don't really have a lot of nominees from there.
I asked the Queen of England if she could help. I sent her a letter, and I was like, "Well, this is quite the gambit we got here, you know." And so I feel like we're all just a bunch of pawns here being played. You know what I'm saying?
Oh God, yes, the gambit. That's a good night.
I think maybe we could just we could let the leaders of the world take a back seat. You know, Twilight Sparkle could take in charge of like England. We could send Pinkie Pie into Cuba. Let them take over for a little bit. I mean, I think even Applejack would get in on this.
Well, you know, now that you mention it, I feel that it's important to include someone like Dexter if we're going to be, you know, trying to save the world or something.
Well, Dexter's a little bit of a rookie, if you know what I mean. Really sure that he's very qualified.
Well, he has a lab, so I don't know. I mean, I feel like having a lab is a good place to start.
But you guys, it's 2021. Dexter, that's not what we're voting on right now. Okay, we got to think about what's on our screens today and what you liked and what you didn't like.
Mm-hmm. Well, Rarity is always on all of my screens because she's my favorite. That's just the way it is, and I'm not changing it for anyone.
Well,
I also am not sure that we should, in general, be voting as much as we should be, you know, reading the literature, interpreting the data, and then making informed, data-driven decisions.
Well, I think it might be time to turn to religion. I mean, she did say it's 2021. This is obviously the second Cuban Missile Crisis we've had to deal with. And I think it's time to bring in the bishops.
We could turn to religion, or we could just turn to friendship, which is the true source of magic.
Oh, friendship. Stories about friendship always win. And, if we can include the Queen and Gambit, and voters love the Brits. They just love the Brits. And I think we should just go ahead and lean into that.
Yeah, we could lean into some Brits. The Russians are pretty good. I mean, they're top notch. I mean, this is their fault. They obviously built computers to try and test the genius of their best players. I find that cheating.
This is becoming a far more volatile situation than I really am comfortable with, even with my goggles here. So I'm gonna, I'm just gonna say again, I think we really have to stick with the data here. And
I'll tell you what, I'm going to just bunker myself down in my basement. I'm going to castle myself so to be and just hope for the best.
Oh my God!
Well,
You're
that's-
such a Tempest shadow. Just stop. I know nothing about this subject.
Katie, were you some
Just
sort of
reading names.
like a CSI lab person, like a crime scene analyst, something?
I was supposed to be a chemist in a lab.
Oh,
but-
chemist, yeah. Yeah.
And just went to crime. She just went to crime.
Like,
That's how they usually go. Yeah, Breaking Bad told me.
Melanie, you were like part of the Academy Awards, the Academy
I was
Oscar,
Golden Globes.
Golden Globes. Okay, yeah.
Yes, the all-white Golden Globes. What were you, Chris?
I was chess club.
oh,
Ah,
Hence all the chess references throughout the entire thing.
That makes
Yeah,
sense now.
the
I didn't.
Queen's Gambit was perfect.
Queen's Gambit, the rookies, the bishops, the castles, yeah, whatever.
oh,
Nice.
And Gabe, were you like a
luck.
Twilight aficionado?
like a brony?
No,
Were you a My Little Pony?
I was a brony. Yeah.
Oh, Brony!
Oh, my
nice.
God!
Nice.
I haven't thought of bronies in like 10 years.
I clued into you saying sparkles, and I'm like, oh my God, Twilight! That's the
I got
only
the
thing I thought of.
Friendship is magic.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. All right, that
Oh,
was good.
wow.
I think we solved the 2021 Cuban Missile Crisis. That's good. I think.
Yes, we absolutely did. All right, so that was weird, and we're just going to get weirder. So our next game is one of my favorites. So I'm going to need a lot of suggestions of genres. So if you're out there Googling what that is, it's basically any kind of a style of a TV show or a theater or a movie, a Western or a comedy, romantic comedy, noir, Shakespeare, whatever strikes your fancy, warms your cockles. Throw it in the chat because what's going to happen here is these guys are going to do a little scene, Gabe and Chris, and then I'm going to have them redo the scene 3 more times using your wonderful suggestions for genres. So I'm also going to need to get it's like my mom when she tried to call all of us in. A suggestion that we maybe didn't use from earlier on that we can just pull out for these guys. Are we getting some genres?
I like how when your mom wanted to call you and she just used like guttural vowel sounds.
Yeah. She pretty much did. There were 4 of us, so she would open the door and just go, yeah!
Oh, fun fact: my parents didn't.
My mom was a rapper.
My parents didn't name me until I was 12. But yeah. So anyway, we did
I didn't talk until I was 3, and my family says I've been making up for it ever since, but I literally did not speak until I was 3 years old. And I just shared that on the internet, so there you go.
not touching that one. Anyway, so we have the genres coming in. Your suggestion for the scene, by the way, will be windmill. Before I forget,
A windmill?
Windmill, yay!
Vindamola.
Perfect.
If you're authentic. Let's see here. All right, so
None of us are.
first of all, we have fantasy.
Okay.
Fantasy.
We have sci-fi.
Of course. Gotta have sci-fi.
And we have Shakespeare.
Fantasy shakes. Okay, they
Shakespeare.
Oh, I did that privately to you. Sorry.
That's all right. I got him.
There's a lot of private chatting going on between us.
after the Zoom meeting. After Zoom meeting, it's always private. Yeah, 'cause everyone-
These are shh. All right. So we have this is going to be a scene that has something to do with windmill. They're going to do it one quick time, and then we're going to have them do it 3 more times, and I'm going to mix it up with fantasy, Shakespeare, or sci-fi as I see fit. So here we go with game 3 4-ways in 3, 2, and 1.
Well, Donovan, I've finally done it.
What's that you done?
I replaced the burrow. He's out of here. I don't need him anymore. I've got wind.
No more burros. You
No.
know, I brought him in here from Mexico just trying to churn all of this wheat. I do call it churning. I to churn my wheat.
I definitely would call it that. I think it's important to do that, of course. But I think that the wind is a bit more reliable than the burrow ever was.
Oh yeah, but what about the birds that are going to be flying into the windmills? You know, that's going to kill them.
Oh, I suppose.
I watched that on the news stations.
We'll have to think of it as like the opposite of St. Patrick's Day. Rather than killing all the snakes, we just wipe out all the birds.
Oh, you know, that's not such a bad idea, actually, because, you know, while we're growing the wheat, those damn birds will come down and eat it, and the scarecrows just aren't working anymore.
That reminds me, Donovan, I'm going to need you to clean off the windmill. There's a lot of blood. There's just so much.
Yeah, but, you know, I kind of looked at it as a bird warning system, you know. The scarecrows don't work, and when the crows come in there and fly and just splat right into the arm of the windmill, you know, that's kind of a warning. It's got just blood and beaks and talons and feathers and everything on there.
Yeah, I suppose then I've solved several of our problems all at the same time, Donovan.
Except for the problem with that poor burro. You know, I've come quite attached to Brian.
Oh, I suppose this is a bad time for me to say that I put him down. We didn't need him anymore. He had a gimp in his step. He looked like he was in pain, Donovan. I'm sorry.
You killed poor Brian. What you going to do that for?
I promise it was nearly painless as you know murder can be.
And scene. Okay, that was hard to stop. I kind of want to
So
see
many
where that
animals.
was going to go. PETA?
They're the most murderous, just bread makers or grainers. I don't even know what you call it. I don't know.
Oh, jeez.
You think doing it with an accent made you less murdery?
I don't know.
All right. Well, so let's just see what happens if we do this again as a fantasy. Like that wasn't already.
Fee, fi, fo, fum. I smell the blood of a burro that's done.
I could kill it for you if that would help.
I needed that burro to churn my grain, little man.
Oh, I'm so sorry, Mr. Gigantic Thing. I did not mean to steal your burrow. I mean, I meant to steal your burrow, but I didn't mean to steal your burrow. I didn't think you'd be so much bigger than me.
Did you see the size of the burro? Now, how am I gonna churn my grain?
What, your massiveness, if you replace the burrow with the power of the wind?
I don't see how a burro and wind would be in common. But you've piqued my interest, little man.
With such a large, vast capacity of lung as you have, your giganticness, it would only take a few exhales, and you would be able to power this mill of wind. It could churn your wheat for you.
That's a good idea, little boy, little man, little person. I don't want to judge. However,
It's awfully sensitive of you.
what's going to happen?
You have a very large, tender heart, your greatness, your giganticness.
I'm worried about the safety of my golden geese. What if my golden geese decide they want to fly, south for the wintertime and come in contact with my ginormous breath-fueled windmill?
Well, your massiveness, I would say two things. First, if your goose is made of gold and it can fly, that's some impressive aerodynamics. Gold is quite dense and heavy. Secondly, it's dense. If it hits the mill, I doubt it will hardly scuff it. It may break the mill.
Are you underestimating the ingenuity of this giant-sized brain? You don't think I'm gonna make my windmills of something that's more dense than the gold my geese are made of? I don't know why I got angry and my voice changed a little bit.
You're starting to sound like Fat Albert, your giganticness.
And scene. Okay.
That went away so quickly.
That was weird.
I was gonna see just how far it would go, but all right. So let's try that scene again, and let's mix it up a little bit with some sci-fi.
Hello, Captain. I apologize for my exuberant saliva as I walk through the door.
Yes, Donovan, I'm afraid you're the most slippery, slimiest being on this ship. I'm thinking about replacing you with solar winds.
Captain, please, don't replace me with solar winds. Have you seen the need for turning all the dilithium crystals down into dilithium crystal powder? We need to be able to fuel the ship, Captain.
I've seen you down there in your little treadmill, running your little heart out, and you are churning up the dilithium crystals quite well. But I think the same could be done if we merely put a panel on the outside of the ship that was pushed by the solar wind. Tell me, Donovan, why I should keep you alive and not put you in the incinerator.
Well, because my name is Private Burro, sir. You need to have me here. You don't want to be putting me down. I'm the only person that knows how to navigate this ship.
Well, I'm going to let you live, and for no other reason than I've been calling you Donovan for the last 3 years. You're on my ship.
Donovan Burro.
Donovan Burro. Oh, thank goodness. I was so uncomfortable in this social situation.
And scene. Okay. All right. All right, so I have been waiting for this one. I don't know, but it's about to get more iambic. All right, so let's see the same weird Burrow windmill scene with these guys, but this time as Shakespeare.
Your lordship, the burrow is gone. The wheat is now pressed with the mill with wind on.
But what is a burro? If not a means to tune my wheat, and if wheat cannot be tuned by a burro's feet, then how must my wheat be churned, good sir?
Your lordship, we shall harness the wind. I hope that it shall not offend your burrow provocation, for with this new power go on vacation.
Is this a mill I see before me, with the arms gone to and fro? The wind will seem to churn this thing as the winds are known to blow. But I'm worried for see the birds, their lives will come to a gruesome end when they fly straight into the arms of this wind, and the windmill arms won't bend.
Your lordship, I am afraid you see the truth. These birds, they keep losing their tooth. Upon the mill, they crack their beak, for against the mill they find their bodies weak.
But you see, my friend, there's nothing more rare than the tooth of a bird so fair. I've gotten a whole pocket full of bird teeth. You see, this one was from a goose, this from a raven, and this biggest one in front of me was from the most fairest bird of all, you see, an ostrich.
A west or eastern ostrich?
Depends on what direction they're walking, my friend.
And scene.
What the hell just happened? What was that?
I don't know.
What was
For some
it?
reason, I think Shakespeare is just really bad poetry.
It's just
I don't
Dr.
know.
Seuss.
Interpretation of Shakespeare.
I love how ostrich has
don't know.
somehow made it Shakespearean.
They could. All right. We've got time for one final game.
all right.
One last one.
Yeah, then our last one is going to be letter sub for Chris and Melanie. So what we need for this one is 2 letters of the alphabet that are not vowels, that are very commonly used. So any 2 letters that are commonly used, non-vowels. I'm not going to say the actual word for it because last time I tried, I realized I don't know the word for it. Apparently, I've forgotten it somewhere along the way. And then
The
along
word
with
for a
that-
non-vowel.
Yes. I know what it sounds like, but my mouth can't form it. That's what I learned last
Okay.
Yes, a consonant. Thank you, Chris.
You did it. You
I
did
did
it.
I tried so hard last time, and it was
It's like
embarrassing.
the difference between alliteration and assonance.
Sure.
Oh.
And then, Chad, we're also going to need a suggestion that was not used from earlier in the night. Any suggestion about anything, we'll take it.
Certainly. We
Any
have
suggestion? Anything.
we have operating room.
All right.
Operating room. And do you have some letters for us, Chad?
Well, someone put in a vowel, so I'm still waiting on another consonant. So keep it going, guys. Keep it going. Let's have another consonant. You actually, depending on what you're watching on, you probably have a whole bunch of them laid out in front of you on a keyboard. So I would just pick one of those. Yeah.
Chad is going full-blown vowel shaming right here. It's like, someone put in a vowel. Get this person out of the chat.
Well, I can't control my back. Anyways, so let's see here. We have an R and we have an M.
R and M.
R and M. So we want to transfer all R's to be M's. So race would be mace, or would you rather mace become race?
Doesn't matter either way. Just are all. What did you say? All R's become M's.
All R's become M's.
Okay.
So instead of arms, it'd just be AMs.
Sure. All R's are M's. Okay.
All right, so this is operating room with all R's are now M's with Chris and Melanie in 3, 2, and 1.
Hello,
Doctum,
Nums.
this is my sumjami.
Well, I am a professional Sumjin. This is my operation moom. The operation moom. The EMOM, if you so damn.
I am Vemi Nemvit. My hands are shaking. My hands am shaking.
Don't be afraid. Please don't be afraid. I am very experienced in such a me. This is
Okay,
a simple operation. It's plastic surgery. We will be giving this woman lamjum bumests.
Ooh, I have not done that sumjami, or even seen it
Well,
on a video.
I have done it thousands of times, more than I can count. I make quite a good living as a plastic surgeon.
That's why I'm pursuing this.
Now,
Money.
stability is very important to my operation moom. I need you to wash your hands with soap and water,
Okay.
ovum and ovum again.
I know how to scrub my hand.
Make sure
I know how to scrub.
Make sure you rub them together, ovum and ovum with soap and hot water. We do not want bacterium to infiltrate inside the incision I am about to do.
I am so ready.
Make sure you air dry those hands. We cannot use paper towels, the chemibactimia.
Okay. I'm ready. I have my mask. I have a scalpel.
Scalpel, yes. We need anesthesia. We need to anesthetize this woman. She has been listening to us this entire time.
So Sami.
And scene.
So
I regret
Sami.
giving all R's to M's and the operating.
That was hard.
Turns out there's a lot of R words in medicine. I never.
Yes.
There are.
Considered.
It's just you got to be careful that it's one of those like bring becomes difficult with BRs because you're like bumming. Yeah.
Scrub. I had to like
Smub. Yeah.
mug.
Yeah. That was fun. It was good. All right, so
Yeah.
that's our show, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you guys enjoyed yourselves. I know I had a good time. There's a lot of high points for me in that show. I enjoyed it. I want to thank our cast here tonight. I'd like to thank Melanie. I'd like to thank Katie and Gabe for doing a fantastic job here tonight. This is always one of my few highlights of the week. It's getting to see them online and perform with them. Hopefully, eventually, sometime in my lifetime, we'll be able to do this again on stage in person. But for now, this is it's one of my favorite things. For those of you guys who have turned in like it's a test, have submitted potential titles for the show. If you've got any other last-minute titles you'd like to suggest, please feel free to type those into the chat. Chad has been making a list this entire time, and he's going to go over this list, and we're going to decide. This is my favorite part of the show, actually. Now it's coming up with the titles for the show. So, Chad, what are our potential titles for tonight's episode?
All right, so before I crack open the titles, let me give a quick shout out to Addie Hatter, Comedy Girly. Thank you so much for your bit cheers. That keeps us loud live, keeps the gears rolling and the comedy going. So thank you so much for that. We really do appreciate it. And we appreciate everyone in the chat for your suggestions, and especially the suggestions that we will now crack open for the title of the show.
We're doing a lot of suggestion cracking here at the end.
We are.
I like it.
As just crack it right open there. So first of all, I am smart. The Last Blockbuster. She wanted the full Wales experience.
That's good.
It's me, Klaus. I want the peas.
Oh, one of the peas. Oh yeah, I forgot.
Ethical gas station dilemma. I've been peeing peas. Or, I'm sorry, I've been peeing peas.
The peas.
Yes.
This can't be about moodiness and pancakes and PMSing.
I almost wanted to come up with a title based on that. I was like, pissed off Pam and her moody pancakes.
Or this is about PMSing pancakes, about ruling the Galactic Empire. Another alternative. Little boy, little man, little person, I don't want to judge. Mill with the wind on. I've got a pocket full of bird teeth.
That was dumb.
A late breaking one, how to offend both borders of Ireland.
Pretty much. Yeah, we did a good job of that.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure. St. Patrick's Day yesterday, and I'm Irish, so, I can offend my ancestors. I don't know. It is what it is. So if any of you guys that are in the audience, if one of those suits your fancy again, you want to second one of those emotions or one of those titles, feel free to type it into the chat. Let us know which one is your favorite, and we'll go ahead and choose. Before we do, I'd just like to thank everyone for coming out, and also remind you guys that this Saturday, 7:30 Central, we've got another short form improv comedy show. And last Saturday we did a long form show. So if you haven't seen it yet, make sure to watch it while it's still on Twitch. You can watch the Laron that was performed by Melanie, Katie, Pierce, Ty, Patrick, and Elise, and it was a very good show. I forget what the title of it. Something about Tom, a woman named Tom, I believe it was called. The Tom. Girl named
Johnny
Tom?
Cash song.
Yeah, and if you happen to miss it on Twitch because they only stay around for a certain amount of time. We do have a YouTube channel, Chaotic Good Improv, where you can catch all of our previous episodes as well as our Jackbox Games nights that we do on Tuesdays. And you can see any of the titles that you have submitted that become christened into those episodes. You can see them for all eternity and know that you gave the title for that episode. So, Chad, do we have a title selected for tonight, or any specials, or any second those motions? What about the cast? What are your favorites?
Oh, the short, whatever line.
Little boy, little man, little
yeah,
person.
yeah.
I don't want to judge.
Oh, I don't want to judge. That's funny.
I do like that one.
That made me laugh.
Okay. Then Chad, unless there's any special title that the audience really want to choose, I like that one too. I think it's a good. It's long, but it's
All right.
good.
So it's going once, going twice. It's souls gonna lead in a long back to us. Hard episode contest. Anyway, all right, we're not getting muted. Yeah. So we'll go with that. Little boy.
All right, do we have
Don't wanna judge.
any raids? Do you have any raids planned?
I have a new one tonight. It's a one I just picked up on called The Squirrel NYC. They do improv and sketch shows online. So let's give a little bit of love on the way out. Fellow comedy folks, always welcome. So good times.
All right, you getting ready to cue that up?
Yep, queuing up
All right,
now.
so thank you everyone for watching, and please just keep watching, I guess. And I want to thank everyone and have a wonderful rest of your night.
See you Saturday night.